But we never know someone's story, do we?
Yeah, that's right.
So tell us a little bit, take us back to growing up and some of the things that happened to you early on.
For decades, Joni Lamb has been a trusted face in Christian broadcasting, a symbol of strength and grace for millions of Daystar viewers. But behind the polished persona, a web of secrets has been slowly unraveling. From her marriage to Dr. Doug Weiss, to shocking family scandals that have rocked the ministry, the truth about Joni's life is far more complex than it appears. Today, we dive deep into the untold story of Joni Lamb and reveal the shocking truths Daystar never shared. Stay with us as we expose the family drama and scandals that have remained hidden for years. The Daystar Television Network scandals, a complex family saga unveiled. The Daystar Television Network, co-founded in 1997 by Marcus and Joni Lamb, has long been a household name within the Christian broadcasting world. The network rose to prominence as a powerful voice in faith-based media, reaching millions of viewers around the globe with its message of Christian values. However, beneath the polished exterior of this influential ministry, a web of scandals has slowly come to light, raising profound questions about the integrity of its leadership and the moral foundation upon which it was built. As we delve deeper into the complex and troubling events surrounding the Lamb family and Daystar, we uncover a narrative that intertwines family betrayal, power struggles, alleged cover-ups, and internal conflicts that have rocked the organization to its core. The story is far from simple, and the questions it raises are equally intricate. What truly happened behind the scenes at Daystar? What led to the collapse of a family empire once built on faith and trust? The shocking allegations against Joni Lamb. The controversy surrounding Joni Lamb, the co-founder and current president of Daystar, has only intensified over the past few years. Joni, who was seen as a stalwart figure of faith and leadership in the Christian broadcasting world, now finds herself at the center of a scandal that threatens to destroy her family's reputation and the legacy of the network she helped build. The first cracks in her image began to form in 2020, when her son, Jonathan Lamb, and his wife, Susie, publicly accused Joni and her late husband, Marcus Lamb, of mishandling serious allegations of abuse within the family. According to Jonathan and Susie, their young daughter was inappropriately exploited by a male family member, identified only as Pete, who had close ties to the Daystar network. The couple claims that Joni and Marcus failed to report the abuse to the authorities, instead choosing to cover it up in order to protect the accused individual. This bombshell revelation sent shockwaves through the Christian community and raised significant questions about the Lamb family's leadership at Daystar. Jonathan and Susie further alleged that Daystar conducted an internal investigation into the claims, but found no wrongdoing. However, the very fact that the network seemed to dismiss the accusations so quickly has raised red flags for many who were once loyal to the ministry. The situation has cast a long shadow over the credibility of Daystar, leaving supporters to question the organization's commitment to the values it espouses. Joni's response? Denials and deflections. In response to the allegations, Joni Lamb has vehemently denied any wrongdoing, calling the accusations a malicious lie designed to tarnish her reputation and the legacy of her late husband, Marcus. During an appearance on her talk show, Joni Table Talk, she rejected the notion that she and Marcus had covered up the abuse, insisting that such a thing would never have occurred under her watch. Instead, she suggested that Jonathan's accusations were fueled by personal grievances related to his perceived exclusion from leadership after Marcus's death in 2021. Joni pointed to an incident at her granddaughter's preschool, where the child allegedly made an accusation against another child, claiming it was proof that the abuse allegations against Pete were unfounded. This attempt to deflect attention from the accusations against her family has done little to calm the growing controversy. On the contrary, it has only fueled the fire, with many questioning why Joni would bring up such a tenuous incident as a defense against much more serious allegations. Further complicating matters, Joni suggested that Jonathan and Susie's accusations were motivated by a power struggle within the family. After Marcus's death, Joni assumed control of Daystar, a move that reportedly did not sit well with Jonathan, who had long been groomed to take over the network. Joni's leadership, in Jonathan's view, represented a betrayal of his birthright, and the simmering tensions between mother and son began to spill into the public sphere. Jonathan Lamb's revelations. A family betrayed. Jonathan Lamb, once seen as the heir apparent to Daystar, now finds himself in direct opposition to his mother, Joni. In a series of public statements, Jonathan has revealed his outrage over the handling of the abuse allegations, accusing Joni and Marcus of prioritizing the reputation of the network over the safety of their granddaughter. He has also pointed to what he perceives as an orchestrated campaign to silence him and his wife, Susie, in their efforts to expose the truth. Jonathan's frustration grew as he found himself repeatedly sidelined in the aftermath of his father's death. As the network's vice president, he expected to assume a leadership role, but instead, Joni took over the presidency. This power shift left Jonathan feeling marginalized and betrayed. His refusal to sign a non-disclosure agreement regarding sensitive internal matters only heightened the tensions between him and the Daystar leadership, culminating in his firing from the network. The official reason given for Jonathan's dismissal was his failure to meet performance expectations. However, Jonathan maintains that his firing was nothing more than a retaliation for speaking out about the abuse allegations and for his refusal to sign the NDA. According to Jonathan, the internal conflict at Daystar was not merely about professional differences. It was about family betrayal, with Joni seeking to consolidate her power at the expense of her own son. The fallout, a family divided. The public feud between Joni and Jonathan has escalated into a full-blown crisis, with both sides trading accusations and media outlets reporting on the bitter family drama. Jonathan and Susie have taken their story online, sharing their side of the conflict and seeking support from the public. Meanwhile, Joni has responded with outrage, describing the allegations as a personal attack on her leadership and family. In her view, Jonathan's actions were a deliberate attempt to undermine her authority and damage Daystar's reputation. As the conflict rages on, many are left to wonder how it all went so wrong. Once a unified family business, Daystar is now torn apart by a series of scandals, with each new revelation compounding the damage done. The network's leadership has been called into question, and its ability to maintain its moral integrity is under intense scrutiny. The legacy of Marcus Lamb, a shadow over Daystar. The death of Marcus Lamb in 2021 due to complications from COVID-19 marked a turning point for Daystar. With his passing, Joni assumed control of the network, but the transition was anything but smooth. Marcus was the face of Daystar, the driving force behind its rapid rise to prominence, and his death left a void that has yet to be filled. Marcus's legacy is now clouded by the controversies surrounding his family. While he was widely admired for his contributions to Christian broadcasting, questions have arisen about his role in the events leading up to his death and the subsequent fallout. Was Marcus aware of the abuse allegations within his family? Did he turn a blind eye to protect the network? These questions remain unanswered, but they have cast a dark shadow over the Daystar brand. The power struggle, a family business in crisis. The battle for control of Daystar is not just a fight between Joni and Jonathan. It is a larger commentary on the dangers of consolidating power within a family business. Daystar, like many organizations founded by strong-willed individuals, has become a family dynasty, with nearly every leadership position occupied by members of the Lamb family. While this structure has allowed the network to grow and flourish, it has also created a breeding ground for conflict, as personal and professional interests inevitably collide. Joni's ascension to the presidency after Marcus's death was seen by some as a natural progression. However, for Jonathan, it represented a denial of his rightful place at the helm of the organization. His exclusion from the top leadership position has only deepened the rift between mother and son, and the fallout from this power struggle has spilled over into the public sphere. The role of the media, shaping public perception. As the controversy unfolds, the media has played a significant role in shaping public perception of the Lamb family and Daystar. Reports from independent outlets, including Julie Ross and others, have detailed the explosive allegations made by Jonathan and Susie, and these stories have garnered widespread attention. Daystar has responded by demanding retractions and issuing legal threats, but the damage has already been done. The media's portrayal of Joni Lamb has been less than flattering, with many outlets focusing on her denial of the abuse allegations and her attempt to deflect attention onto Jonathan's supposed motives. As the story continues to unfold, it is clear that the media will continue to play a pivotal role in determining how the public perceives the Lamb family and the future of Daystar. The future of Daystar, what lies ahead? As Daystar's leadership struggles to regain its footing, the future of the network remains uncertain. The family drama, coupled with the serious allegations of abuse and misconduct, has left many viewers questioning whether Daystar can continue to operate as a credible Christian network. The once unified Lamb family is now fractured, and the organization's ability to maintain its integrity is in question. At this crossroads, Daystar faces a critical choice. Will it be able to restore the public's trust, or has its legacy been irreparably damaged? Only time will tell, but the unfolding saga of the Lamb family's turmoil has cast a long shadow over the future of Daystar Television Network. The lessons learned from this scandal may well serve as a cautionary tale for other faith-based organizations, reminding them of the importance of transparency, accountability, and the need to place integrity above all else. The Lamb family's journey, from ministry to media empire. Marcus Lamb and his wife, Joanna, co-founded Daystar Television Network in 1997 with the vision of creating a global Christian broadcasting network. Through their tireless work, Dyer grew into one of the largest Christian networks in the world, reaching millions of viewers across various platforms. The Lambs built a brand centered around faith, family values, and integrity, appealing to a broad audience of Christians seeking inspiration and community. Marcus Lamb was a prominent figure in the Christian media landscape, and for years, Daystar's programming reflected the values of its founders. As the network grew, so did the Lamb family's prominence. Their 3 children, Jonathan, Rachel, and Rebecca, all played important roles in the business, with Jonathan serving as the vice president of Dyer. However, behind the scenes, tensions were brewing within the family. As Marcus's health began to deteriorate, following his battle with COVID-19 in 2021, the future of Dyer was suddenly uncertain. In the wake of his passing, the power dynamics at Daystar shifted, with Joanna assuming leadership of the network. Jonathan, who had long been groomed for a leadership role, found himself sidelined as his mother, Joni, took control of the organization. This shift in leadership sparked a series of personal and professional conflicts that would soon unravel the Lamb family's carefully crafted public image. Scandals and betrayals. The Marcus Lamb affair. The first major scandal to hit Daystar came in 2010, when Marcus Lamb publicly admitted to a 7-year affair with one of Daystar's employees, Jeanette Hawkins. This revelation was not just a personal betrayal, but also a blow to the network's credibility, especially as it was revealed that ministry funds had allegedly been misappropriated to finance clandestine meetings between Marcus and his mistress. Emails surfaced, some of which included Marcus expressing his desire to marry Hawkins, referring to her as the next Mrs. Marcus Lamb. This affair sent shockwaves through the Christian community, as Daystar had long been regarded as a pillar of Christian values. The fallout from the affair was immediate and severe. Despite the public outcry, Joni Lamb, Marcus's wife, stood by her husband's side, defending him publicly and describing the affair as an emotional lapse in judgment that led to inappropriate behavior. However, her words did little to soothe the anger of many viewers who felt betrayed by the very leaders they had trusted for spiritual guidance. In an attempt to repair their damaged reputation, Marcus and Joni appeared on television shows, including Dr. Phil, to discuss the affair and reassure their audience of their commitment to one another and their ministry. However, the damage was already done. The affair and the subsequent cover-up led to legal battles, including a lawsuit filed by Hawkins against Daystar. Despite the legal proceedings, the case was eventually dropped without any financial settlements, leaving many questions unanswered and fueling further skepticism about the network's integrity. The current scandal, Jonathan Lamb's allegations. Fast forward to the present, and the Lamb family finds itself embroiled in yet another scandal. This time the allegations come from Jonathan Lamb, who has publicly accused his mother, Joni, of mishandling serious allegations of abuse involving his daughter. Jonathan, alongside his wife Susie, claims that Joni and her late husband, Marcus, failed to report the alleged abuse of their granddaughter by a male family member, known only as Pete. According to Jonathan, instead of taking the necessary steps to protect their granddaughter and report the incident to the authorities, Joni and Marcus attempted to cover it up in order to protect the perpetrator. These allegations have rocked the Daystar community, as they raise serious questions about the integrity of the Lamb family and the leadership at Daystar. Jonathan has gone public with his anger and frustration, accusing his mother of prioritizing the network's reputation over the well-being of their family. Joni, for her part, vehemently denies the allegations, calling them absolute lies, and insisting that she would never cover up such a heinous act. In a fiery response on her Joy Table talk show, Joni described the claims as a malicious attempt to bring down her family and the network. Joni's defense has been met with skepticism, particularly as Jonathan and Susie claim to have evidence to substantiate their accusations. Jonathan has also pointed to the timing of the allegations, noting that the abuse claims came shortly after he was removed from his position as vice president at Daystar for refusing to sign a non-disclosure agreement, NDA, related to sensitive internal matters. Jonathan believes that his dismissal was not due to professional shortcomings, but rather a concerted effort by his mother to silence him and consolidate her hold on the network. The power struggle. Joni Lamb's leadership. The power dynamics at Daystar have always been a point of tension within the Lamb family. While Marcus Lamb was the public face of the network, Joni played an instrumental role in its growth and success. However, after Marcus's death, Joni assumed full control of Daystar, a move that did not sit well with Jonathan. As the son of the founder, Jonathan had long been expected to take over the leadership of the network. Instead, he found himself on the sidelines, watching as his mother consolidated power and made decisions without his input. This sense of betrayal only deepened when Jonathan was reportedly fired from his position after refusing to sign the NDA. Jonathan's version of events suggests that his termination was a direct result of his refusal to comply with his mother's wishes and his decision to speak out about the abuse allegations. He claims that Joni's actions were not just about family dynamics, but about silencing him and maintaining control of Daystar at all costs. The conflict between Joni and Jonathan has played out in the public eye, with both sides accusing the other of betrayal. Jonathan and Susie have taken their story online, posting videos and articles to support their claims and garner public sympathy. Joni, on the other hand, has tried to downplay the situation, insisting that the issues between them are personal and should not be aired publicly. Financial controversies and ethical concerns. In addition to the personal and professional conflicts within the Lamb family, Daystar has also faced significant financial scrutiny. One of the most controversial issues has been the reported use of ministry funds for personal expenses. In 2023, Joni remarried Dr. Weiss, and rumors quickly spread that her honeymoon was paid for using Daystar's money. Reports claimed that approximately $100,000 was charged to the network's credit card for the trip to Los Cabos, Mexico. Joni has publicly denied these accusations, asserting that she used credit card points to cover the expenses and reimburse Daystar for any outstanding balances. However, the controversy over the honeymoon expenses only served to deepen concerns about Daystar's financial practices. Jonathan has claimed that he raised objections about the honeymoon expenses during a board meeting, but his concerns were ignored. He argues that this lack of accountability in the network's financial dealings is indicative of a larger problem at Daystar, where personal interests often seem to take precedence over ethical considerations. Joni's defenders argue that these accusations are part of a larger smear campaign against her, orchestrated by Jonathan and Susie in retaliation for the leadership changes at Daystar. They point to her long history of service to the network and her commitment to keeping Marcus's legacy alive. On the other hand, critics argue that these financial controversies raise serious questions about Daystar's commitment to transparency and accountability. As a Christian ministry, Daystar is held to a higher standard, and many viewers are increasingly disillusioned by the ongoing scandals and the lack of resolution. Media coverage. The role of journalism in shaping public perception. The media has played a significant role in shaping the narrative surrounding the Lamb family and Daystar. News outlets and independent journalists have extensively covered the latest scandal, with many questioning Joni's handling of the abuse allegations and the financial controversies. Publications like the Ross Report and EEW magazine have provided in-depth analyses of the situation, casting Joni as the orchestrator of a cover-up and highlighting the broader implications for Christian leadership in the public eye. The media's portrayal of Joni has been mixed. Some view her as a victim of family betrayal, while others see her as a power-hungry leader who is willing to sacrifice family loyalty for personal gain. The media coverage has fueled public debates about the role of Christian leaders in the media and their responsibility to uphold ethical standards. As the scandal unfolds, Daystar's credibility continues to be questioned, and viewers are left to grapple with the moral implications of the ongoing drama. The future of Daystar, a network in crisis. The ongoing controversies surrounding Daystar have raised important questions about the network's future. As the Lamb family's personal struggles play out in the public eye, the integrity of Daystar's leadership is increasingly called into question, with financial mismanagement, ethical concerns, and family disputes taking center stage. Many viewers are wondering whether Daystar can survive this crisis. The network, once seen as a beacon of Christian values, is now fighting to maintain its credibility. For some viewers, the ongoing scandals have eroded their trust in the network's leadership. For others, the Lamb family's internal drama is a sign of a larger cultural shift within the Christian media landscape, where personal ambition and financial interests often overshadow the core values of faith and service. As the battle for control of Daystar continues, one thing is clear: the future of the network depends on how the Lamb family navigates this crisis and whether they can regain the trust of their audience. Only time will tell if Daystar can weather the storm and rebuild its reputation, or if it will be forever tarnished by the scandals that have come to define it.